You ever wish you could start over? I don't mean a different job, a different truck, or a different address. I mean really start over. Like all the mistakes, all the regrets, all the things you'd give anything to change are suddenly gone. We'd been mending fence all day. The sun was sinking low behind the pasture. The cows were drifting toward the barn. And a few of us were sitting around the tailgate of an old beat-up farm truck. Nobody was saying much, just watching the dust settle. Then one of the ranch hands pulled out an old harmonica, played a few lonely notes, looked across the field and asked, "Fellas, you ever wish you could start over?" I looked down at these old work boots covered in the dust of yesterday. Thought about roads I'd wandered down and all the prices that I'd paid. There were things I'd do different if I could live those years again. But life don't hand out erasers to old cowboys and worn-out men. I pointed toward that western sky, painted gold by the setting sun. And I said, "Boys, I know a place where a brand new life's begun." The man I was ain't living here. He's packed up and moved. Left that old house years ago when Jesus came walking through. There's two sets of tracks behind me, one old and one brand new. The old one's headed nowhere, the new one's following truth. I couldn't change my yesterday, but Jesus made me new. I spent years chasing things that glittered, things this world said I should own. Thought peace was waiting somewhere just beyond the next fence road. But every dream I built without him fell apart like rotten wood, till I met the carpenter who built my life the way he said he would. Now my eyes are fixed on heaven, not the things this world can buy. I'm looking for a city whose builder lives on high. The man I was ain't living here. He's packed up and moved. Left that old house years ago when Jesus came walking through. There's two sets of tracks behind me, one old and one brand new. The old one's headed nowhere, the new one's following truth. I couldn't change my yesterday, but Jesus made me new. One of the boys looked over at me and said, "Tony, you mean to tell me a man can really start over?" I smiled and looked across that pasture. The cows were drifting home. The daylight was almost gone. And I said, "Brother, I ain't what I ought to be, but I sure ain't what I used to be." Because Jesus didn't just rise from that grave to prove who he was. He rose so broken people like us could become somebody new. The world played taps and said it's over. The grave said, "Son, your race is run." But early one Sunday morning, heaven played reveille with the rising sun. Death lost its sting, the stone rolled away, And because He lives, I got a brand new day. The man I was ain't living here. He's packed up and moved. Left that old house years ago when Jesus came walking through. There's two sets of tracks behind me, one old and one brand new. And if He did it for this old cowboy, He can do the same for you. No, I can't change my yesterday, but Jesus made me new. The man I was ain't living here. He's packed up and moved.